Ay, swinging like rackets, I don't like these maggots. Ay, dirty rock star, still up in the fashion. Ay, you know I drink good, got that bubbly.
Switching up, and we have a special guest.
Yeah, we got Young King right here.
Introduce yourself.
I'm TAJ Hughes.
If you didn't know about him, now you're about to know about him.
Yeah, if you don't know about him, you out the mix, nigga. You out.
So,
Shit.
if we're gonna start at like the build-up of like who, like your brand, because it's a brand, and if you don't know, like it's really like people who haven't seen it's. I wouldn't say you're like at your peak at all, but you have had so many like random sporadic ups and downs, and like now you're just up. We need to start with the viral video. How the fuck did that come around?
That was an accident.
Really?
Yes, bro, because I saw like this one girl did it, and y'all probably all saw the video. She was in the bathroom running with the shit, so I just remade it and like put a coat on and threw my bags on, and I just did it for my spam account, my little Finsta, whatever, and I posted it on there, and then everybody was like, post it on Twitter. Like literally everybody in the comments was like, post it on Twitter. So I posted it on Twitter. Literally not even a day later, just the numbers kept going.
That's crazy.
Just kept going. I was like, what the fuck?
Have you like received it? Like, did you like see a spike in like your followers or anything?
No, and I didn't like really get recognition outside of like my peers and shit like that, because people really can't tell it's me and I didn't watermark it. But, like after a while, I didn't give a fuck. Like I still don't care. I mean, it's like you know or you don't know it's me, and I just bring it up here and there. That is me, but.
Yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about, we're gonna insert a clip of it right here. Alright.
No, that's the crazy thing, because like niggas really did not know it was you. Like when I met and we were at like a party, we were just hanging out that random shit. Like I followed you on Twitter, and I went to your Twitter and I was like, what the fuck, nigga? I was like, that's just some random ass shit. But I thought that was cool because you didn't even like, oh yeah, I was that nigga. Like
Ew.
Yeah, like I was like, that's just cool as fuck. But I'm like, that must have been like a crazy feeling to like sitting there and just watch your numbers, just like you wake up and it's like, holy fuck, this shit is.
Yes, boom. I literally remember the morning I woke up, I had like 2,000 retweets, and that's a lot.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, that's a lot for Twitter.
Yeah.
And especially
Twitter,
like never going viral, that's a lot. That was viral for me.
You get 5 retweets. If I get like
that's
a retweet,
I'm like 20 likes. I'm like, okay, you feel me? Like that's something.
I did some dumb shit, and I said Don Draper was king on like some post on Twitter, and got like 50 likes, and I was on like, you know what I'm saying? I did the whole, hey, if this blows up, just go support my link, because I was like, shit.
Like in the thread.
Yeah. Some nigga was savage. He was like, I don't give a fuck who you are. And then
wow, damn.
And I told him, I think he had like his like where he lives and like location was Texas, and I was like, that's a bet, nigga, I'm gonna see you in a month. And then he blocked me, and I was like,
not the Texas. Twitter beef,
bro, with it, bro.
So another question I have. So how did you get into modeling? Like, what was your first leg into modeling?
Crazy story, because I did not want to model, believe it or not. Even though I kind of like portrayed myself as one, like with just my Instagram pictures. My first time going to Fashion Week, I finessed the whole thing. Every show I got into, I was not invited. I did not pay to go. Finessed my way in. So, long story short, this was right before the Laquan Smith show. And I'm not sure if y'all know who Alton Mason is.
I heard the name.
Alton Mason, okay. He's like a model, black, gay, male model. Phenomenal at his work. So I saw him and I was just like, listen, I don't care who you are. I'm gonna walk up to you and introduce myself if I respect your work, like seriously. And that's how all opportunities come, you feel me? So I walked up to him and I was just like, I like what you do, like you inspire me as like a young black male to like do amazing in this world. And then like he thought I was signed. He was like, oh, like what agency are you signed to? I'm like, I do not model. Like I'm literally, like I even told him like I snuck in the show and I was like, I'm just here for connections for my brand. In the future, I just want to see how designers move on and see how the fashion industry works.
Yeah.
And then he like asked me, do I want to model? I was like, I don't mind. And he literally got me signed not even a week later.
That's crazy. I remember I was looking at, because I was in Alabama when that was going on. I was seeing I was like, this nigga's with Ricky Thompson, Rico Nasty, and that's before I really like tapped in with Rico. Now that I've tapped in more, I'm like, holy shit.
Damn, nigga, you with Rico? She's my favorite female artist.
I love Rico.
Oh my god, bro.
I would say Rico, it goes Rico, then Doja Cat are my two favorite females.
Like Doja Cat.
Yeah, Doja Cat represents like a level of like
No Nicki, no fucking.
No, I'm talking about right
JT.
now.
Okay.
Right now,
I
like newer.
Nicki, the bar.
I'm a bar for L.
Bro, I'll be real with you. I fucked with Nicki, and then like lately, been falling back off the Nicki. I've really been falling back off hard. Beyonce, we're not even gonna get into this. We're not. I know I love Beyonce.
Okay, there we go.
No, trust me. No, I love.
It's not coming.
No, we are not.
Got too much to lose, bro.
Beehive will cut.
Do it. Don't even do it.
There's someone watching this right now from the Beehive waiting for me.
Just don't do it, because I'm one of them.
Oh no, I see. Todd is gonna get up.
Just tap in and be like, if this nigga comes out to LA, don't let him in. It's
Like
alright,
this,
bro. Facts. Damn, that's smart though. I need to do some shit like that. That's all I need to do.
Just gotta
See
network.
the sneak. I network, but I gotta go out there and sneak into shit and be like, hi. And then do some shit like that.
No, I went to Fashion Week, and my way of finessing in was I just had someone with a camera follow me.
Same shit.
Oh, you did? Yeah, bro, that's how you get in. Like, literally. I saw that
And
shit
I
on...
followed a camera crew in one time.
Yeah.
You could get in, like...
That's all I need. I just shave my head and shit. I got like this shit going on. I'm gonna walk in, just like put the.
You just gotta like have the confidence. I've literally seen people.
Yeah. Oh no, go ahead.
No, I've literally seen, like, when you're there, you can just tell who's there to try to sneak in and who really belongs there. So, like, I really picked up on, like, what I needed to not do to look like a outcast, I guess you're saying. Like, look like I don't belong there. So,
How do you...
picked up on that.
So, you've been in New York, you've seen LA's. Like, New York, I feel like, when it comes to fashion, they are more tapped in with, like, the overarching fashion. Like, not just how fashion moves in the United States. Like, there's more people coming from more places, so you have, like, a different... Like, it's not just one culture. But when you go to LA, it seems like it's one type of, like... I would say LA represents fashion in the United States.
And then New York is more global, and that's definitely how it is, because LA is more American styled like fashion, and then New York you could tap into Japanese, French, like all that shit. Like everybody comes from everywhere to New York, so it's a more high fashion, state for clothing. But
yeah, so for me personally, how do you feel about? It's because we know LA, they got their little thing going on. New York is like the capital of, like, the fashion capital of the United States, to be specific. How do you feel about Atlanta when it comes to fashion?
Okay, so we're very behind.
Yeah.
I personally can't see a fashion week happening here for like another 20 years. And that's just me, like, going based off of like how we're moving right now. But shout out to the underground, artists and designers. Like, they're really
pushing,
like, me, including myself. Like, we're really trying to like push it on to, everyone, that there's young designers coming up, and it's not just like a slap of print on a t-shirt type of designers. You got like real architectural designs, like such as, shout out to Kristen. She got Blokes Studios. That shit's fire. It's not just. She actually designs garments, you feel me? And that's what we need to see more often, because I feel like Atlanta is just like t-shirts, and I respect the hustle, but it's not the true fashion, the work that goes into fashion.
So that might be one of the issues though. It's like, it's not an issue, but it's like it's like overall culture movement is, I don't feel like you said 20 years is gonna shift. That's gonna happen for a long time, because like you see even from like niggas that make any type of film, niggas that do fashion, niggas that make music, it's like you get your, I would say, let's say, clout in the city you're in. Atlanta's a big city, but it's like the best move for your immediate career is to then go to the cities where business is done, the certain people are there, because like right now there's like, I feel like Atlanta still has that grimy to a certain degree where like niggas is not fucking with people the way they are in other cities. Like you can go into an event and talk to someone and they're more likely to be like, oh, I think you're dope. You know what I'm saying? There's
out here.
Niggas like, what you got for me?
Exactly.
Like, where's mine? Like,
and see, that's why I respect cities like LA and New York. It's just like they don't really care who you are. If they see the potential in you or just see your work ethic, they're willing to work with you. Like out here, it's like, who are you?
It's clout money. It's all like shout out to Blue because that nigga really like
Blue Boy is really actually he's
listen.
That is my inspiration. I'm glad I can say like a friend of mine is my inspiration.
I'm gonna be real. You're the person. If we're gonna say this and it's gonna be bad, you are the person who kind of like. I used to dress, but like I remember I saw your pictures. I was like, holy shit! I gotta step it the fuck up. I was like, wow, I'm really falling behind.
You know when you're linking with Mark.
Yo, you and Mark would love each other.
You know Mark Boulier? He's like he's popping on TikTok now. He's one of my friends. He's like super into clothing and fashion, like beyond.
No, I'm not sure.
Like
we could talk about that, but back to the Atlanta fashion. I think Atlanta's trying to I think they're trying. You see, and the attempt they do the little fashion week shows, and I look at it and I'm like I respect it, but some of them I'm like, bro, I feel like no one. It's not I don't think it's the people who are putting together these little shows that's really their problem, their fault. I feel like there's no one there's no big people pushing it.
Exactly, and that's something I'm trying to work on. This is just something I'm thinking deeper into the future because I don't want to just come out half-assed right now. I want to kind of make something for the underground people to kind of showcase their work, such as a New York Fashion Week type of deal, but that shit, it's gonna take a lot.
It's gonna take a lot.
It's gonna be hard.
Oh, bro.
I know, but also just for the audience, not everybody's really gonna
no, they're not
really come correct the first time. But
because the people that live in the city, it's all unfortunate. There's people in the scene that's for everything that's new, but a lot of niggas that be in the scene though that support it are not progressive with the kind of shit they like. A lot of these niggas come out and support and they still wearing old mud pockets from 2002, which is cool.
But listen, fashion's recycled and
yeah, for sure.
It will forever go in the loop.
But I mean, I feel like they're stuck though. That's what I'm saying. They don't.
We're stuck in the skinny jeans.
They won't go in the
Who's
cycle.
stuck in the skinny jeans?
A lot of people are stuck in this.
Niggas in this city get stuck in a wave for 10 years. No one's trying to consistently I would say what's what I'm looking for.
There's not a lot of
but not progress, but it's I guess progress is the word you use. No one's constantly looking to add on. It's kind of oh, this is what's hot right now. Bet. And
exactly, that's what they go off of.
And then the next wave comes, and it's they only get to it at the last year, and it's then there's still 10 years on that shit. By the time the fucking Y2K shit is about to be dead on this, what's coming in right now, when this starts dying, niggas will be on that shit again, and then niggas will be on whatever's next.
Which also, but then that comes to its own issue, because a lot of people in Atlanta, I feel, who can dress, they follow fashion. They usually do things like that. But the best dressed people are people who have their own style. I feel like a lot of people here don't have taste.
That's the reason we're so behind on the fashion industry. That's literally the reason, because literally Georgia is seen as it's music, or you got the conservative little cities outside that just be rocking vineyard vines and shit like that. So it's not, you don't see Atlanta as a fashion city. I don't see Atlanta as a fashion city.
It's just hood niggas.
I would love to see Atlanta as a fashion city.
I think it has the potential to.
It does, of course, and we're the start. You feel me?
Yeah.
We're gonna see. I'm all for it. I get dripped up once in a while.
Always.
But my swag is definitely Southern kid who fucking watched a couple YouTube videos and learned something. That's Jared Urey. I this wow.
That's so funny.
It's quiet.
It's
know what I got. And we got Christian Dior today. We got fucking 1990.
Nigga, you wore country. You wore fucking cowboy. You wore cowboy boots, and that shit is.
Okay, but listen.
Those are they're in.
The country. Listen.
That's just live.
It's fine. I love cowboy hats now. Like, that shit's my shit.
Right, bro.
I love cowboy hats. Nobody can tell me different. That shit is so fire. I like the cowboy boots.
Right, it's just hard, bro. And it gives
That's how you pair it.
And it's like, what I find is it gives a great silhouette for like any pair of pants. Like, that's what I like about it.
It's wear them over.
Exactly. Like, I saw that with being around like a bunch of country ass people in South Carolina, because I always thought they were cool, but I was trying to figure out what I want to do with it. And then I saw them, they had the skinnier fit bootcut jeans, and I saw the way the silhouette stacked, and I was like, oh my, look, but if you did this.
Luke Sabat made that shit cool.
Off the strength of himself. Really did make that.
Off the strength of himself.
High school was why I wanted to. I was always thinking about it because I saw like some of the fits he did, and I was like, because he's like my fashion inspiration. I was like, yo, this nigga right here. Like, yeah, that was like my entire when I was a kid, it was Rocky. Like, I was finessing in like middle school, getting Pagale hoodies and shit, like 7th grade in black scale. Got a little bit older, got more into it, and I saw Luca, and I was like, whoa, like this nigga really like, and like Lancey too. I love Lancey.
Lancey Vogue?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Lancey Vogue is really like, we're gonna see where he goes.
I can't wait for that wave.
They just did some Da Vinci. Like,
yeah, he's really up.
I'm gonna hire like Elon Musk. I think I love that nigga shit, bro.
So another question, Taj. I think if anyone who knows you, because a lot of people who know you're gonna tap into this. The Vogue situation.
That was lit.
That part. See, I had no clue that was coming.
Yeah.
And like, I was just as surprised as everybody else. Your reaction was my reaction.
That shit was wild.
Like, I knew, like, me just even getting booked a New York Fashion Week show was just like, what the fuck? Right. You feel me? And then like a couple of days later to be published on Vogue America and India.
Yeah.
That's just like, I literally woke up and started crying.
That is like a
I
dream.
called my mom, because the thing is, the only reason why I took it so deep is because I posted a picture with like the Vogue filter on my, like, it was a Snapchat filter that just said Vogue, and I just posted it, and I was like, this year, just like, you know,
manifesting that shit, yeah.
And then literally, I promise you, it wasn't even a month later and I had no clue. But when I even posted that picture, I didn't even know I was walking in New York Fashion Week. So let alone, I didn't even know I was gonna get published on Vogue whatsoever. Right. So like when it happened, I was just like, yo, like that was my moment of like realizing that manifestation is very real.
Mm-hmm. And also in your like, how was that show? Like how was it like walking in New York for Fashion Week?
Give us the process, like really, like what is the whole step by step? The New York Fashion Week, you're walking, like what is that like?
2 things: you got your fitting, and then you just show up to the show. But listen, I'm gonna keep this story short. But I got arrested literally the night before I was supposed to fly to New York Fashion Week. It was falsely. It was not anything to do with me, but you know, that's something I got taken care of. But I was literally on like a time crunch to like make it to my first fitting, like my first actual fitting. And I'm still in Georgia at this point. So
right.
Like I get arrested, whatever. They take me to fucking Canton, as far as I'll get out. And I literally have to leave like within 15 hours at this point. So like.
So you were in Georgia the day before.
Well, I was supposed to leave. I got arrested at like 3 something in the morning. I was supposed to leave that morning at like 8. And my fitting was the following morning. So I was supposed to get there a day before. Long story short, to figure everything out, get bonded out, and like whatnot. So it was just literally like I didn't even care that I like got arrested. All that was on my mind was like I have to make my first show. I have to.
Imagine you were to get arrested. Like imagine you missed that.
I was gonna shoot somebody.
No, that's like not even where we left off at. Vogue almost got fucked up. Jail, that happened. Now we gotta ask the question about your brand.
Okay.
What's the name? What's the name first?
Ricky Pyru.
So what is your muse for the band? Like what inspired you to start it?
What inspired me to start it is I just love fashion. My vision for the brand, it came about like, I would say I got into like Japanese style like within the past 6 months. So like when I started the brand, my vision for it wasn't exactly what it is now. But as I like grew,
Your style developed over time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like I was telling y'all, the word juxtaposition is just like taking two completely different things or styles and clashing them together and making them work. That's what I'm going for, and whether I stick with Japanese fashion or just end up coming up with my own type of niche, but like Japanese fashion is just way ahead of its time.
Absolutely.
It is.
What drew you? What was like the initial thing that made you go towards like that style of fashion and culture? Because I feel like everyone that's into it has like a moment where they were like, I like this shit.
The functionality of it. It's like usually they're not practical, but they're practical.
Absolutely.
You feel me? So it's like the way like cargo pockets are. It's like you can use those cargo pockets, but will you really use them? Like there be cargo pockets at the ankle and shit. The whole garment is functional.
Yeah.
But will you practically use it? So it's just like seeing shit that you can like really use, and it's not just there for show. Even though it is there for show, you can actually still use it.
Right.
So like just straps and like all that shit. You can like strap shit up, or you can adjust shit. You feel me? I love all of that.
So back to this question. The black models, like, still want to know, like, why did you feel it necessary to like highlight black models?
Cause we're the most beautiful there is.
Facts. Everyone jocking
And
this.
because we're in the middle of, injustice to black folks.
Are you voting for Trump?
Okay.
Little did y'all know.
Little did you know, TAJ
What made
Hughes.
you say that?
I'm joking. It was a joke. It's a complete joke.
He's like, I totally believe in the movement, guys, but at the same time, my check's going up, so the Republican Party looks like my move. No.
You know, it's crazy. Like, I see it like that, but I don't, like, money isn't shit. Money is fake. Of course, money is good, but, like, I care more about humanity than I care about money. And I know his party will support my brand, but that's not what I care about.
They also he also did not deny racism. Like he was completely okay with it.
Okay, there we go.
What was it? What are they called? The whatever boys.
The Proud Boys.
Proud Boys stand down and stand by. Like that is. And when it took him like a minute, they're like to say it, and that's all he had to say.
His name just makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, fuck that boy.
It's crazy when I see people who I'm cool with and they straight up support him. I'm like, he does not like me.
But see, one thing is
oh, that's it. Damn, I messed up. Keep going.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can, but you also can't. My best friend used to be. Well, he was my best friend, but I didn't defriend him because of his Republican, his views, whatnot. But he was a diehard Trump supporter, very Republican.
I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
But it's before I even got into politics like that and really realized what that party is doing, so I didn't really care. It was just you're a person, and just I have the right to be gay, you have the right to have your own views. And keep in mind, he's gay.
And so we left off all the shit with Trump's happening. We're all dealing with this. Now we gotta ask the final question. We gotta know. So what do you feel about the state of America right now?
It's horrible.
Do you feel like you can change anything?
Not right this second. There's nothing I could really do right now other than use my platform to spread awareness of what's going on in our country. But everybody knows.
Everyone knows, but not everyone wants to accept it.
Exactly. But I could potentially see myself changing the way America works. Just what I want to do, and the money I make, it's literally gonna be to serve humanity. And even if I have to solve that problem myself and not, be a political candidate to do that, I'm gonna make it happen.
The best way to go about would not be political candidate. There's too much big business involved.
I have no idea what you just said.
I said the best way to go about that's not by being political candidates. There's too much big business involved. Like, no one likes the SAC. I think voting does matter, but then when you vote for parties, you look at the fact that the people that support those parties and fund their entire campaigns, like, if you watch what companies and what they really do, or like what companies support those political parties and who they invest so much money into, it's like that's what ends up getting done. Like, the Republican Party is heavily supported by companies that either support or directly the companies that run private prisons, and that's why you tend to see certain laws passed that support people going to jail or things happening to support private prisons staying in business. It's like, you're Republican, you're voting private prison in a way. You're voting, I don't know what a lot of the companies that support the Democratic Party, but it's like it goes hand in hand like that, and it's like, if you go in that route, the only way you're going to succeed is the niggas that really put the money in, that really get what they want done, see you're going to make them money, and a lot of times that's not helping the greater good, like people on the street. So it's like, that is why being a politician is not the best way to get shit done. Because it's like, if you're not making any money, nigga, you're not getting in office. Like, that's how it is.
Well, politics aside, we hope shit gets better. Trump, please get the fuck out of here, man. You had your fun. Yeah, bro, I think he's out. But so what, like, do you have a date for when you're gonna do your first drop?
Not a specific date, but I'm trying the first week of November.
It's a great time, so look out.
What kind of clothes we're looking at?
We got like
A couple pieces you can highlight. You don't have to go in depth because you want to keep it like when it comes, but like, what can people look forward to essentially? Like, what does it give people an idea of?
just your basics for like a first drop. We're doing like t-shirts, hoodies, and then I have like 3 or 4 one-of-one pieces, and then like these pair of pants that I made. I call them Marvins, and they're just like your stacked denim like cargo pants.
So look out. It's coming sometime November. Taj, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Buying shit
y'all.
Okay, that's that still.
That's the energy we come with, nigga. Fuck you.
This is how it's been. But thank you, Taj. Follow his Instagram. Plug your Instagram. All you need to let.
TAJ Hughes, everything. TAJ HUGHES.
Yeah, follow him too, or you gonna die of a horrible disease.
Yeah, London's intense. All right, good talking.
Like rackets, I don't like these maggots. Ay, dirty rock star, still up in the fashion. Ay, you know I drink good, got that bubbly.